In this episode, we remove the stress from your projects, one secret at a time. Hello and welcome back to the Project Management Podcast at pm-podcast.com. This is the live stream for episode 497, and I'm Cornelius Fichtner. Thank you so much for joining us. As a reminder, this is a video episode, so if you're only getting audio, then visit pm-podcast.com/497 to play the video version. All right, project management is demanding, and delivering projects effectively and without stress can feel sometimes impossible due to tight timelines and high demands. By implementing effective communication, punctuality, setting achievable yet challenging goals, stress management, prioritization, problem solving techniques, and a positive mindset, each of these strategies here serves as a stepping stone towards a more organized, efficient, and stress-free project management experience. The book 11 Secrets to Manage Projects and Remain Stress-Free, and you can see that here on the right-hand side, describes the approaches and techniques to be adopted for productivity and effective management by being more organized, more focused. It is written by Sushil Gupta, and we have selected 5 of the 11 secrets for our discussion today to help you start your journey towards a more stress-free project management. And Sushil joins us today from Gujarat. Welcome to the program, Sushil. Nice to have you on board.
Hello, Mr. Cornelius. It's glad to be here, and greetings from India for all the attendees.
Wonderful. So I just learned before we started the program that Sushil has been listening to this podcast since 2010, right?
Right.
Yeah, so I'm very glad. I'm very glad to have a long-time listener here on the program who has, well, written a book. But for those of you who don't know Sushil, he is a project manager by profession with experience of almost 30 years in the construction industry. He has managed various projects in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Bahrain, apart from India, and for various industries like marine work, power plants, buildings, and infrastructure. He's also a qualified engineer with an MBA and various project management certifications, including the PMP. He has been practicing Raj Yoga meditation for 11 years and wants to bust the myth that stress or tension is the outcome of work pressure and stiff professional targets, and can instead be explained by how it is due to our bad habits and irregular lifestyles. So, Sushil, first question for you at this point. Why did you write this book? Was this for a personal reason, your personal stress, or was something else the trigger?
It was not for the personal reason. The reason for the writing is the when I clear my PMP exam into year 2009, I was very much intoxicated, and the knowledge I got from the PMP, it was really very good. And I wanted to write the book. Project management starts with own houses, because in the after the duty hours we can see the lot of works we are doing in the house also, and finishing the task without stress or without any complaint. And I learned lot of things from the family members, such as the you can see the women in the house. They are completing the task, and she is managing everything. So I thought they are the really project manager. That is the one reason, but I could not write at that time because I don't have experience in writing. But in the later on, I realized, well, while working in the project, that there are so many myths in the industry, so which I was feeling uncomfortable and wanted to give my view. So that was another reason to write the book, so that I can reach the maximum people, and they can get the benefit. But in it was the year 2014. That time also, I could not write. I started writing the book, but I could not write even a single page. But what happened in the last 6 months back, where the one thought came to my mind that if someone asked me what you learned in your life, so to tell what I learned, I have only tell the things what I have been working, but they can say it already written in the books. Everyone knows. So what is the different you learn? So then I thought it hit my thinking process, and then I decided to I have to write what is my thought process, and then I gone through the book writing courses, two courses, and then I started, and within 2 months I write this book, that is the 11 secret to manage projects and remain stress free.
Wonderful. It almost sounds like a huge project. And since we are live here, please don't forget, everybody, if you are on Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, if you have a question for Sushil about this book, then please go ahead and use the text chat, just like Arun Vaish has here, who says that I am excited to know how to manage projects stress free. Welcome to the program, Arun. So let us get started with the first of the 5 secrets that we have prepared for everybody here today. Secret number 1: stress is not due to work. I believe even the chapter in the book is titled this. So, Sushil, can you elaborate on this central idea and the root cause of stress that you have identified?
Yeah, the stress is not due to the work. Uh, because we have the tendency to blame others, we don't take the responsibility what is the mistake, and that is the reason we pointed out our finger to the work. Actually, but the research says we don't work 2.9 hours out of 8 hours. So when we are relaxed, so how we can say the stress is due to the work? And when we are working, so we don't care ourselves means we are not stable from inside. So we have to take care ourselves, and that is the one reason. And we are not punctual. When we are not doing our things on the right time, then we are stressed. We are reaching the meetings late, and how when we are not on time, how we can expect our project or schedule to be on time? So this is the first thing we need to change ourselves first. And the other reason is the lower immunity means we have the resistance power to bear the work pressure, and because of lack of tolerance. This is the one reason. No motivation, procrastination. And one thing I would like to tell, the we should love our workplace. That is the reason. If we love our workplace, our work, then we will not be having time to complain. The stress is due to the work. The And we need to ask ourselves what I am contributing to our organization. If we are honestly working, that then I don't think we will be having stress. The another thing is prioritizing the task. We are not prioritizing the task, and we are not remembering what need to be done and what time, what duration. So that is the uh, one reason. And lack of time management, mind management, no goal. We have read we know the goal should be smart. So people find it is difficult how to set the target for themselves. So I have written in my book that target should be difficult but achievable. That is the one principle. So and there should be the short-term target in your life is very important. When I set my target, I have to publish this book within a month. Then only it was possible for me to achieve. This was the another reason. Then the you can see the students they are worried, they have stress because of the exam fear. Manager have the stress due to the target achievement, and employee have stress for the performance, and women have stress because her friend have the nice purse, and someone is stressed about the empty pocket. But a student, if he didn't read properly, study properly, and he have stress. So how you can say it is because of the study? Manager didn't put the his resources and manpower on the right time, and then he will be not achieving the target. Then that is the reason he will be having a stress. Employee, he did not put all his efforts to the work, and that is the reason for his stress. So we can say the reason behind the stress for different people is different, and the that is the one. And we are that is for the for the stress, that is the one also reason that we don't want to leave our comfort zone. If we leave our comfort zone, we can reduce lot of stress. I would say we should love our discomfort. So that is the best things we can get the stress to be released. And the tendency we stick to the our old habits and routine, so we don't want to change ourselves. That is the one. If we are doing the same thing, the outcome will be the same. So if you want to change the outcome some different, so we have to change our routine, and this one. And no subject knowledge, this is the also one. Lack of self confidence, waste thought, this is the major cause of stress. The waste thought, we have lot of waste thoughts in our mind, waste thoughts, negative thoughts. We are living in the past or in the future. That is the reason we have to live in the present moment. And the thing which causes stress, that is the we trying to control the things which is not in our control, which is beyond our control. We trying to think. So we say, why this people is doing like that, and why he has done like that. We want to script others role. So that is the major thing, and we resistant to change. We have the resistant, we are not able to change ourselves. That is the reason why we have a stress.
No. Oh, thank you very much for this very exhaustive answer. And we got another comment here from Vikram Sharma. Excited to hear the secrets from the author themselves. There's another question that came in, but I think that fits better for later on. I'm going to bring that up later on. Right now, what I'd like to do is I would like to move on from secret number one here. Stress is not due to work. Is moving on to secret number two. The biggest power is the power to tolerate. How do you define the power to tolerate in a professional sense? Because couldn't tolerating just also be perceived as a weakness? I'm just taking everything, I'm accepting everything, I'm tolerating everything. Couldn't that be thought of as a weakness that somebody has?
Tolerance is not the weakness. When the people want to work under pressure, he has to be tolerant. There will be the challenges, internal and external. This is the most powerful power of the person. One can live with his family without any conflict. Tolerance means you must be cool or at peace. It doesn't mean just not speaking or reacting. It means you need a response in such a manner that the other person don't gets hurt. The tolerance means the inner strength, that is the inner strength, ability to work in the demanding situation where there is lot of turbulence and high pressure. Manager must work in the similar situation simultaneously, where the high pressure is there, feedback, you have to be listen to the feedback and bear the criticism without any reaction, without affecting your inner stability. If you are disturbed by listening any criticism, then you will not be tolerant. Suppose a person who tolerate the 10 times and 11 times he reacted, it is not called the tolerance. Tolerance means you every time you have been tolerating. It doesn't mean you are not telling if something is happening wrong and you cannot say, it doesn't mean you have to keep quiet. You tell your opinion on the honest, with the honesty, and it at this and that's it. Then other person will be following or not, this is not your this thing. So the
Mhm.
tolerance, for the tolerance, the best example is the tree. Even the person throw the stone or cut the wood, it gives the shadow. So this is the power of tolerance, I would say.
Okay. And somewhat slightly different question here. The picture I have chosen here is the picture of a group, of a team. And oftentimes you have to tolerate people within your team. And for that, many companies, they have a lot of team building exercises. So, what do you think about team building exercises and how these can help, may help, or don't help?
Team building exercises, definitely it helps, but what happens? Company is trying to spend a lot of things, but the output is not coming as they anticipate. Because I don't know the western part, but in India we have been playing the game of musical chair. The suppose 10 chairs and 11 participant will be around the chair, and the music is played, and when music is stopped, everyone sit on the chair, and person who is not getting the chair, he is studying, he is out. So then what happens? One chair is removed and one person. So now the 10 chair and 9 chair and 10 participants. Then again the music is played, and we repeat the game like that. And the last one, when the two-person is here and one chair, then one person gets the chair and another person is out. So that is played in the Asian region. But what happens here, what we learn, that we should take care ourselves, we don't take care others. We want, I should win. But in Japan, what happens, the same game is played, when the 10 chair and 11 person, when the music is played and it's stopped, then the one person who don't get the chair, the person who is sitting next to him, he will allow him also to sit in the same chair. So one chair will will allow the two-person will be chair, and the game is going on. So they say, uh, they try to accommodate others people also. And the rule is there in the Japan that if one person is out, the whole team is out. So that is the, I think, the real team building process, where which we learn from the which we don't learn from our childhood. And here, when the company say team building, and then but in his mind, it is there that I have to win. Other person, I don't care what he wins or whatever. So that is the reason. That is the difficult for them to have the team building in the conscious. In here is subconscious.
Yeah, thank you very much. Another question came up while you were talking, and that is is tolerance maybe just another word for patience, right? Or is this something more nuanced? How do we put this into context of project management? Tolerance, to be tolerant in and patient in a project management environment.
Actually, patience is not the same. Patience is the ability to endure and remain calm in the face of delay, difficulties, and adversity without being annoyed and anxious. I will give you an example to understand the difference. These two, an employee bearing his owner's misconduct and wrong behavior is called tolerance. Correct? The employee bearing his owner's misconduct and wrong behavior is called tolerance, because his heart and mind are not accepting this act. Whenever he will get the chance, he will move and lose control or do wrong to him, because he is just balancing the situation by coping. Certainly, if the person who is the owner of the company facing losses but is still bearing it patiently, it is called patient, because you are a content at heart. You know that no matters if today there is a loss, is the future there will be benefit as well, and relying on the God. That is the tolerance and patience difference.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let us leave the tolerance here and let us go to secret number three, where you say there are actually 25 hours in a day. I would assume this is a bit lighthearted. What is the secret, the concept behind this secret here? 25 hours in a day. And how does this help me as a project manager to live more stress free?
This 25 hours is the actually I want to tell my readers that we have a lot of times in our life, in daily life. We have a lot of times, actually we are not managing it properly. So in my book, there is a conversation between son and father. The son is saying, I have a very nice schedule or daily schedule, and I don't have time even to breathe. And the father says, ask the schedule, and he explained his son that you have to steal the time from your daily routine, like you are you are watching in you are spending your time in social media for 2 hours. Then you can reduce 15 minutes from here. You are going to play 2 hours, you can steal 15 minutes from there, like that it is explained, and ultimately you save 1 hour. So this 1 hour, this 25th hour, you can spend in learning new skills. That's what the father explained to his son. Actually, what happened when we set the in our project, we 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 are trying to do something which is not very important or not in prioritizing. So some activities don't require action even for a month, or after a month, or even after a week, but we tend to do this work because it is interesting, that we like, and we want to tick it that I have completed this task. So this is the basically time management skill, and how to save the time. That's the motto of this 25 hours a day secret.
Right. Is there also a secret here to help us project managers? Because sometimes, you almost have to work overtime. It's crunch time. The project needs to get out in a week, and everybody is working overtime. Is there a way of increasing our productive hours and decreasing our unproductive hours? Do you have any suggestions and any help for us here?
Yeah, actually project manager has to be lazy project manager, so then he can delegate his work to his employee and or his subordinate, so that he will be lazy means he will be more productive, being relaxed, and giving more output to the company. And second is the stress. What is the stress? Is the force divided by the area. So here the external force, we can say the stress, the project schedule, and the area is the resilience, our inner strength. Resilience is our inner strength. So we don't have control over the external force, that is the numerator, our schedule, and denominator we have the total control, our inner strength. You can see during pandemic what happened. The everyone used to talk about the immunity control diet and exercise, using the mask, everything. So they know I don't have control over the external factors, so they came to the denominator, that is resilience. So that is the one. And to increase one's productivity, the meditation is very important. That's what I mentioned in my book. I have been doing this Raj Yoga, and you have to keep yourself motivated. uh, but then only you can give the more productive and try new things. Daily routine, it will be you will be bored, and you will not be having the motivation, and you will not increase. You can't check your tolerance power. Sometimes we don't do the work on time. We tell, okay, I will do it later on. We procrastinate sometime. So this also the main cause of the productivity. In my book, I have, in one secret I have mentioned, do it now attitude. Then we have to do it now. If someone asks when I have to do this work, or you ask yourself when the right time to it, the answer is now. So that is the one. And you don't use the word I am busy. Or rather you can say I can stretch, I can do lot of things, I am capable of doing lot of things. So you have to stretch, I can stretch, you can second thing is, for the productivity, the tracking and follow up is very important. When we fail, that is the most important. We don't give importance in the follow up and tracking. So which is the one reason why the productive, we are not productive. And of course the waste thoughts, negative thoughts. So what we do every day in the morning, we consume lot of negative content. First thing what we do, read the newspaper, and the news, the what the first news channel and the newspaper, what is the headlines, the negative news. So that is the main reason to increase the productive. When you increase the productivity, you don't need to work overtime. But sometimes not always, but sometimes you have to give more time, because the you have control over yourself only. You don't have control over the other thoughts, other people thoughts, or other activities. You need to work overtime, but not always. Or if you have to do overtime always, that means something else, something wrong is there. Either resources shortage, or not able to complete the this is the something else. Then we need to think it out.
Wonderful. Yeah, thank you very much. I would now actually want to move on to the next secret. I'm going to go back one. Here we go. Going to go back to the biggest problem is the power of tolerance, because we had two comments coming in the meantime. First of all, somebody here on LinkedIn said, very well explained, tolerance and patience are different. And then Vikram Sharma says, wow, it's surprising how much time we waste on problems that could be solved with a little tolerance. There we are. Got a few more comments that I will be addressing later on, but right now we are moving on here to this secret number 4, communication and tracking. And when I saw this first, I thought, you know what? Communication is 90% of what a project manager does. We talk, we write, we communicate, we write reports. All of that is communication. That's 90% of our work. Therefore, Sushil, a question. Is this secret 90% of how I, as a project manager, can become more stress-free? And what is the secret? Please tell me.
Yeah, it is definitely, this is true. 90% of the time, a project manager is spending his time in communication. Sometimes 80 to 90%, I would say. In my book, 80% I have written. Actually, the communicate. It is really, we are wasting our time in the communication, because we don't have the to-do list. That is very important. And the person to person, there is no a set of method where we can say the to do list has to prepare like that. There are so many information in the internet, but I tried lot of things in the Excel, whiteboard, yeah, post it, so many things, but the best one is on the table, like scratch paper. You can write the to do list, and I'm sure every project manager is writing, but the problem where we don't update, or we don't the prioritize this the one. So prioritizing the work, even in the professional life, is the personal life, the prioritizing the activity is the key role, key playing the key role for the communication or productivity, anything. So that is the one. And how many times we are wasting in while searching the one document. Some paper says 1.5 hours, and some says 2.5 hours. We are wasting our time in communicate in the searching the document. So you can say if five people are working, the four is working and fifth one is just a waste of time, you can say. So that is the reason. Same with the email. We are sending, we are reading the email, delegating, replying. So this is also time consuming, a lot of time consuming. There we have to do notification. We have to stop unnecessary notification. But what I maintain in my life, and at the end of the day, not a single email is you can see unread in my mailbox. So that is the one I have maintained. And the email that I found, what is the very important, in the next day, we have to just have a glance to see our previous mails, previous yesterday's mail, so that we nothing is missed. That is very important. If missed one thing, one email, important mail, that caused a lot of time. And I have heard that so many people have the different opinion that you have to not check the mail every hours. You have to fix the time for 2 hours, or before, like that, so many things. But I think I don't have notification. Well, but I check frequently. Why I check? But because someone is sending the mail, he want immediate reply. Suppose some vendor is from the different country, he is sending, if you can confirm whether I have to come on that day, and so that I can book today itself my ticket. So in that situation, and he can't call, I get the information, I have so I have to reply. So this is the my practice. Every even whenever I am sitting on my desk, I will check even every half an hour, so that I can reply. Same thing in the meeting we are doing. We are You can see the meetings we are conducting without agenda, and lot of peoples are coming late, and unnecessary people are joining in the meeting. So these are the part of the communication where we waste the time, and we can avoid such meetings, even a daily huddle for 15 minutes at site, or then we can avoid everyone's time in the arranging the meetings. But this is the requirement of the project to, so we are following. That is the really which I don't like. So that
Yeah,
is.
yeah. I was going to ask you about, in today's world where everything is remote, you're in India, I'm in America. What are your recommendations for communication with remote teams? But you've just answered that perfectly with the various styles of checking your email and doing all of that. What about the tracking part of this particular secret? What exactly do you mean by tracking?
Tracking. I told, as I told, the we are wasting around 1.5 hours to 2.5 hours for the
Ah, I
tracking.
see.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that is the very important. If we are working, whether it is email or letters or documents or whatever, I find this is the company don't give importance, and that is the topmost priority should be the tracking. Whenever we require any document, it should be retrievable. So that is the very important. We are even in the a lot of project management book. I didn't find the word the tracking, so I have mentioned, and which is very important for me for the this part. And people should company should it will be spending a lot of time but not getting the proper output for this one. And there are the various method or software for the tracking, but it can depend on the your requirement, what kind of documents you might be thinking required for the tracking in the future. So you can prepare yourself. And
Mhm.
what we are following, oh, I followed this the same way of in my previous project, I have to follow this one. This is not the correct thing. The project, depending on the project requirement, we we have to change. I see the in the my present project, I have never followed this type of tracking list. It is a simple Excel sheet, but the project requirement is different from the my previous one. So as per the owners and stakeholders requirement, I have changed, and but still I am finding it difficult in this one. But it can be improved a lot.
Okay. We have another comment here from LinkedIn, a LinkedIn user who said, "Should we keep a strict time for email deletion and not look at Outlook all the time?" I think this is very personal. My particular way of doing things, I get a lot of emails, right? And right now I have over 860 unread emails in my inbox. Okay,
Mm,
over 860 emails. I wish I was kidding. Here is what I do. When I reach 1,000, I will delete all of them.
mm,
I just archive them because I'm thinking
yeah.
I haven't had a chance to look at these 1,000 emails for so long. If there's something really important, it will come back to me. Personally, I have stopped looking at my email every 30 minutes or so. I do it once or twice a day. There is also the zero inbox technology that you can apply and use. And Sushil just said that he is actually doing it every half hour. I believe you said you look
Yeah,
at your
yeah, yeah,
mails
yeah,
because you
yeah,
have
yeah.
to. So I think the question here is, it depends. You have to do what's right for
For
you.
you, yeah, what
Yeah.
project demands.
Exactly. And then we have Vikram who says, "I will definitely plan my unproductive activities to make my day of 25 hours." Yeah, let us know how that works for you, Vikram. I'd love to hear it. So we are here in secret number 4, communication and tracking. And from here, we're moving on to secret number 5. I promised in the introduction that we will help people to unlock stress free project management. And so then, Sushil, why is one of the secrets discussing managing stress? Why do we still need to manage stress if we already have stress free projects?
Actually, why I mentioned here, actually in the secret, there are a lot of methods to release our stress. So that's why I put in the one secret, because the method is itself is the secret. That is the reason. And yeah.
All right. And the lady that I have here on this picture, or the man, I can't really tell, is sort of holding their head in their hands, almost looks like they're crying. Can stress be released by crying? What do you think?
No, definitely no. The human beings are the most powerful creature in this world, I believe. So crying is not. You can't release. This is the temporary solution. Suppose a child is having leg pain, and mother says, "Okay, son, you can watch the cartoon show, then you will forget your pain. And this is not the solution. The pain is already here when he stopped watching the cartoon show, and he will be having the pain. So that is the temporary solution. The same thing, crying, I will say the crying is the while crying you definitely you feel that stress has been released, but the factor, the matter which is causing the stress is still there. So first thing, you wasted your time in crying, and by that time you could have thought about the solution. So that is the temporary solution, and that's why I say the crying is not the solution for the managing the stress.
All right. In that case, let me ask you this. What is your personal number one top strategy for managing stress? How do you personally like to handle your stress?
I have mentioned methods to release the stress. First thing, the be light. You should not be keeping in your mind the other person, what he said, what he is doing. So otherwise, what will happen? You will be thinking about that person, and it will cause you stress. If you want to mold you something, the element should be the soft and warm. So here the warmness is the power you have, and the softness is the humility, love, and merciful. So you can mold yourself and be light, so that you can release the stress, and your thought, action, speech, and your relationship is not the in the aligned. So you might be, suppose one person is thinking of something and telling something and doing something, that should not be there. And second is increase your inner power. As I said, the immunity you have to increase. You have to practice Raj Yoga meditation, or some any meditation, and project management should be updating his skills, so that he can reduce the stress, revise the tools. If he don't update his skills or tools, it is like the soldier is going to the battlefield without weapon. So that is the I would say that is the thing. And I would say the man has conquered the space and the element, but he didn't conquered his inner space yet. So that is the he has the power to face the ability to tolerate the wrong, whatever is going, and he can be the right, he can action or righteous, and with his honesty he can face the stress. He can reduce the stress. And one important thing is he has to be detached observer. What happens, suppose you are sitting in a stadium and watching the match, whoever wins, it is not affected. So same thing, you put your all the efforts, and don't affect, you are not affected with the result what is happening. So that is called the detached observer. The best example for the detached observer is the nurse in the hospital. She takes care of a child in the hospital, and her mind is always at the her own child in his house. So it doesn't mean he don't care the child in the hospital. So that is called the detached observer. When you are detached from something, you don't get stress, and avoid temporary solution. Sit with yourself. You have to be you have to be in solitude to find out the reason, and resolve it. You will get the answer from yourself when you sit with yourself. Learn new skills, and learn to acceptance. Feel yourself as trustee. That is also very important to reduce the stress. What happens when trustee, what he take cares of the property but remain detached. He is like he is He is taking care of the property, but he is not affected. So that is the main aspect of the being a trustee. So avoid negative contents, be contented. That is the one, and keep yourself busy. That is the most important. We have lot of time. We are not keeping ourselves busy. We are saying we are busy, but we have to be easy. Then only you can be. You should not have the time to complain. You should be. Why the negative thoughts are coming? Because you have time to think about these things. So there are the 14 15 methods in my book to reduce the stresses, and one can find so many things in the internet, and they can find themselves, like walking. If you go for the long walk alone, not with someone, then you can reduce lot of stress. There was a story, a person have some hot topic or quarrel with his father, and he left his house, and um, he left the house and gone for long walking, and after 4 5 hours of walk, he realized his mistake. It was his mistake, and he came back to his house and told sorry to his father. So this is another
Wonderful.
method to reduce the stress.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And as a reminder, everybody, we are wrapping up here. Secret number one was stress is not due to work. Secret number two, the biggest power is the power to tolerate. Secret number three, there are 25 hours in a day if you do it right. Secret number four, check your communication and tracking. And we just looked at secret number five, managing stress. And at this point, we're moving on to our takeaways. And normally at this point, I ask my guest, can you please suggest 2 to 3 takeaways for our audience? However, I saw in the introduction of your book, Sushil, that you write the following, and I'm quoting here from your book. You only need one idea that can change your life. If a book gives you only one good piece of advice, it's already worth your time. Therefore, this podcast would like to give one great piece of advice. So, what is the one takeaway, the one thing that you would like to give our audience on their way that will change their life as a project manager in regarding to stress-free projects?
Actually, any doctor give different medicine to different patients, not the same. So for a manager, I would say my advice will be the keep yourself busy. Busy in the sense, not saying I am busy. You are utilizing your time and prioritizing your work, and be easy, be and easy, so not busy. So that is the one. And for the business owner or entrepreneur, I would say you have to be contented and work as a you are a trustee. And for students, I would say they have to learn new things. They have to be the motivated, new memory techniques and the fast reading, like that. New technique they have to be learning, but don't follow all the three things. Otherwise, you will be there is a risk to follow all the three, because if you follow all the three, what I told, the takeaway, you will be enlightened.
Wonderful. They do say enlightenment doesn't care how you get there. Sushil, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for introducing us to 5 of your 11 secrets. It has been a pleasure to have you on the program after you listening to us for the last 10 or so years. Much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you, everybody. Once again, the title of the book is called 11 Secrets to Manage Projects and Remain Stress Free. This is specifically for entrepreneurs, managers, project managers, and students. It is written by Sushil Gupta, and it is available in any and every good online bookstore. Please visit pm-podcast.com/497 for the show recording, show notes, transcripts, and also PDU information. Yes, you can earn PDUs for listening or watching this podcast. It'll be 0.75 PDUs in the Power Skills category. Our email address is info@pm-podcast.com. And finally, we have this here. In project management, the best way to avoid stress is to treat it like a bad team member. Acknowledge its presence, but don't let it have any control. That's it for today. Thank you very much for your time and for being here. Until next time.